You've spent 12 years in school, plus however many years after that, training one very specific skill: doing your homework on time, because somewhere behind you, a person with a red pen was watching. Then one day, they handed you a diploma, took away the red pen forever, and acted shocked when nothing got done anymore. You're not lazy, you're ungraded, and the people telling you to build discipline are selling you a gym membership for a muscle you were never actually missing. So let's talk about what's actually going on and what you do about it, without buying a single course, journal, or productivity app shaped like a mascot. Here's the part nobody explains to you. Discipline is not a personality trait. It's not something you either have or don't have, like being tall or being good at parallel parking. Discipline is a loop. Deadline, consequence, action. That's it. That's the whole machine. For 16 straight years, school ran that loop for you. Every single day, someone else supplied the deadline. Someone else supplied the consequence. All you had to bring was the action. And because you did that 10,000 times in a row, it started to feel like you were the disciplined one. You were not. The room was. Here's the proof, and you already know this is true. The same lazy person who can't make themselves do the dishes will grind a video game for 6 hours a night with zero complaints. They'll show up early for a job they hate because their manager is watching. They'll train for a 5K because there's a sign-up sheet with their name on it, and people can see if they don't show. The trait was never missing. The loop was. Put a loop in front of a lazy person and watch the laziness evaporate instantly. So, obviously, the industry's answer to this is get a new loop. Find a coach, get an accountability partner, tell your friends your goals so you're embarrassed to fail. Which, sure, that works, but notice what it actually is. It's not a fix. It's just borrowing someone else's red pen and hoping they hold it steady. And if you're the kind of person who would rather fail quietly than succeed loudly in front of a witness, which statistically is most people who are actually avoiding something, that advice is useless to you. You're not going to hire a coach for the thing you're embarrassed you haven't started. So here's the actual question. Can you build the loop, deadline, consequence, action, without a single other human being involved? Yes, and here's how. Tactic 1. Automated stakes. A grade never cared whether anyone was watching you, get it? It didn't check if you were embarrassed. It just landed. That's the property you're trying to recreate. A consequence that fires on its own with zero social input. This already exists, and it's stupidly simple. Commitment device apps let you pre-commit money to a goal, and if you miss it, you get charged automatically. No one checks in, no one asks how it's going. The system doesn't care about your excuses because it isn't a person, it's a script, and scripts don't negotiate. You can build a cruder version yourself in 30 seconds. Put $50 in an envelope, write a cause you despise on it, and tell a friend to mail it if you don't send proof by Sunday. They don't need to know what you're working on. They just need to know whether an envelope shows up in their inbox. The point isn't the app or the envelope. The point is removing yourself from the enforcement. You are extremely good at talking yourself out of consequences you control, so stop controlling them. Tactic 2. Make the artifact the grader. In school, the feedback wasn't a feeling, it was a number on a piece of paper you could physically look at. That's the part most people skip when they try to self-motivate. They rely on feeling behind, which is the least reliable signal in the world, because you can rationalize a feeling in about 4 seconds. Replace the feeling with an object, a streak counter, a calendar where you physically cross off the day, a single document you reopen and timestamp every time you touch the work. It doesn't need an audience. It needs to exist somewhere you can't lie to. This works for the same reason flashcards work better than rereading a textbook. A blank streak, an empty box, an untimestamped page. These are small, visible, undeniable proof that nothing happened. Your brain can talk its way around a feeling. It has a much harder time talking its way around a blank square on a calendar sitting right in front of it. Tactic 3. Manufacture an irreversible cost. This is the nuclear option, and it's the one that works fastest.
Book the flight before the plan is finished. Submit the application before you feel ready. Pay for the thing before you've earned the right to own it. Pre-announce a date that costs you money or face if you blow past it, to no one but the calendar itself. You're not creating accountability. You're creating a world where finishing the thing now hurts less than the cost of not finishing it. That's not motivation. That's just bad math for quitting. None of these three tactics need a witness. None of them need you to explain yourself to anyone. They just need to be automatic enough that you, the version of you who talks yourself out of things at 11 p.m., doesn't get a vote. Here's the uncomfortable bit. You don't need to become a disciplined person. There's no such thing, not really. You need to stop waiting for someone to grade you. The red pen was never a person. It was a structure. So build the structure. Skip the audience.